Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bit. We out here. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We had a nice weekend. It was both good and bad on the underdog streets. We're gonna go over that. We might start with underdog and then work our way into we'll save underdog for the end. But it was good weekend overall. Took in some cinema. We watched the Peaky Blinders on Friday night. That was a nice time. We enjoyed that. But this week we're back. We're gonna get into this weekend of hoops. We're gonna look at tonight's slate. We're down the home stretch. Most of these teams have like 10, 12 games left, something like that. Playoff in the playoff picture in the East is just bonkers. So that's going to be fun to suss out. Just an absolute mess over there. That's going to be a good time. But let's who do we got in the chat this morning? The comment. Happy birthday to Kyrie and the Hall of Famers kid and Moses Malone, the GOAT Malone. Stubbs is in the chat. Let's go. Stubbs and I rounding up Splash Sports. By the way, just a quick Splash Sports rant. We love doing these contests over there. I don't know if I'm working with like people who don't actually work for the company when I'm like chatting with them a little bit. Because it's initially an AI bot and then I get to talk to somebody. They didn't pay out a contest for over a day. It took them like 40 hours to pay it out. And initially the response was they were like, oh yeah, we pay up within 24 hours. They told me this morning only Monday through Friday. That has to be wrong. Isn't that nuts? That seems crazy to me that they're like, imagine if DraftKings was like, sorry, hey man, congrats on the win Friday. We'll pay you on Monday. That's a crazy response. So very curious to see if that was just somebody who works in like, doesn't really work for the company. It's like a third-party messaging system. I don't really care if I don't get paid in like 30 hours, but like, the idea of not getting paid over the weekend because it's not like, is somebody manually pressing the button? Is that what's happening? Somebody's like, now we pay. Also, during March Madness, you don't have anybody working over the weekend? That's crazy. Anyways, all right, who else do we got here? We got Galactic, we got Matic Auto Regulator, Sneepy, Cox in the chat. Love to see it. Bagel with Locks already live. You can find a link in the show notes. We've got live before lock today at 5:00. NBA Bit. Well, you know what? I usually say NBA Bit is 5 days a week. Let's be honest. It's probably 4 days a week. There's a good chance I'd take a day off this week. And it's not going to be tomorrow. You want to know why? Because tonight, do or die 40-plus basketball, baby. That's right. The God Squad started out 0-3 or 0-4, I think. You got to finish top 4 in the league to make it to the playoffs. It's a 14 playoff out of 12 teams. We have since won every game. The team that's ahead of us in the 4 spot, we're in the 5 spot. We play tonight. If we win, we're in. And I got to tell you, we have 10 guys that are going to be there tonight. And that is awesome. Because that means I get to play like TJ McConnell. I get to play these quick 5-minute stints. I run around like a little Jack Russell Terrier, barking, slapping, and then I get out of there. So I'm excited. But anyways, it's a 9:15 start time. Gun in mouth. That's awful. 9:15 start time, and then we're back. Maybe there's an auditing process regulator says about Splash Sports. Maybe, but they're the only fantasy company that does this. Like even fucking Yahoo would pay you. Like that's crazy. Happy National Tamale Day. We got Bottervine in the chat. Let's go. But yeah, anyways, Old Man Hoops tonight. So I'll make sure we're live tomorrow, even though it's a late game, just so I can talk about it. Because I'm sure that's why you tune in every day. That's got to be why you tune in. All right, let's go. Let's do some hoops. Big weekend this weekend. Lots of fun all the way around. We're gonna go in order. We're gonna start on Friday, and then we're gonna work our way back and just kind of meander across the playoff picture. The one thing we have to say though, before we do any of that, we'll switch over to here. Before I do any of that, Jalen Williams, J-Dub, Mr. J-Dub, is returning to basketball action tonight for the Thunder as they take on the 76ers. I thought it was going to be Jared McCain revenge night, but instead, J-Dub back to hoop. Best team in the league just got a little bit better. All right, let's focus on some of the good games from Friday. Because we have a ton of games to get through, we can kind of not really talk about the bad ones. But okay, so we got a weird thing on Friday. Oh no, it wasn't a weird thing. Sorry, that was on Saturday. Houston, after Houston looking like dog do for a couple of days against the Lakers, they get a W against the Rockets. I mean, against the Hawks in Atlanta. That was the first time they've lost in forever, right? Oh, also, you know what? Let's actually share this because I thought this was crazy. KD after the game had some comments about body language now because everybody was shitting on the Rockets. And listen, are we not allowed to make fun of the Rockets when you suck? Like, what do you mean? KD's like, oh, you got a lot of takes on the vibes here. Yeah, we do. And then he was like, oh, all of a sudden we win and it's better. Yeah, that's how it works. Anyways, let's go listen to these quotes because I wanted to share something that I thought was funny that apparently nobody else did because it got one like. But anyway, this is from KD.
How was the body language tonight? Was it good? How was the vibes? Good vibe?
Okay. Okay, can we see the smile one more time? Look at this. Ready? How was the vibe? Good vibe. Ready? Watch the smile. Okay, that to me, this is what I thought. This is what I saw. I saw this. I saw that smile right there. Is that not the Shrek smile? Did KD hit us with a little Shrek? Did KD hit us with a little Shrek? Boston base. Yes, that's right. We need another straight white guy to weigh in on Chapel Roan. Chappelle. All right, let's go back to the game. Anyways, Houston finally gets a W there, 117-95. We got Jabari, 23-9, KD at 25. Shepard got the start, played 25 minutes, 14-4. Amen Thompson, 14-7. So Houston had two games this weekend. And Reed Shepard started both of them. After this one on Friday, they went out. Ime Udoka was like, yeah, you know what? Ime Udoka was saying, hey, we need to give Reed a look as a starter. I'm not saying he's starting the rest of the way, but for the next handful of games, we need to see what we can do in the playoffs. Question for you, Ime. Why now? You had 82 games. 82 games, Ime. Why are we doing it now, man? I can't believe this because I loved Ime as a coach for the Celtics. Even though he's probably getting a little freaky deaky outside of the court or maybe on the court. I don't know where he's doing it. But Boston base, you know what? Be a real one and show up. Snoopaloop asked this question the last time I wore the sweatshirt, and it came off in the laundry. Snoopaloop, come on. Snoopaloop already beat you to the facts, bro. But anyways, why are we waiting till now? Why? I feel like this has been a bad coaching job by Ime Udoka. I really do. Maybe the front office, maybe it's too much Ime, but to decide now in the end of March to not give it a shot, what are we doing? What are we doing? Anyways, whatever. Reed did look good in both of these games. They play tonight. That's kind of fun. Goon Squad, 15, 10, and 9 in his return. Amon Thompson, we mentioned the 14-7-4. And then you got Tyree Eason went to the bench, 10 and 10. Also, Tyree Eason's mom tweets a lot, and I didn't realize that. Really fun stuff. For Atlanta, Jalen Johnson had 14 and 5 in this one. Picked up a little shoulder injury, which I think is a recurring thing. He's going to be back. I'm sorry. He missed their second game, which we'll discuss. And then he's questionable for tonight, which also sucks. Yeah, I like this hoodie, guys. I like this hoodie. This is a good reminder. Because some of you dummies need to be reminded sometimes who's in charge. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. You can't. You just can't do it. Okay, so Portland, we go to Portland and Minnesota now. Minnesota continues to be a team that is impossible to figure out. This weekend was a great example of it. Jeremy Grant sticks a corner three for the W in this one. They win 108-104. Grant finishes with 26 and 5. Kling Kong can't play Donovan Clingan because Time Lord's playing, right? 25, 8, and 5 from Clingy Kongy. 21, 12, and 4 with 4 stocks from Kling Kong. It was Denny. Denny goes 7 for 18 for the field. He had 25 and 8. And then you got 11 from Scoot. Minnesota, on the other hand, Randall, regular season Randall back and at him, 19 and 5 in this one. Jaden McDaniels, 16 and 6, but 5 steals and a block. That's fun. Rudy, 18 and 15. Dante, 13, and then Io 17, 10, and 8 in this one. Bones has been kind of cooking low-key. Portland still flirting around 500, but didn't quite get there. Then we had Denver and Toronto. The Raptors slowly getting healthy. Told you all week. Peyton Watson, we're talking about Friday, baby. We're talking about Friday. Welcome back. We're going to work our way Friday all the way to Sunday, just because there were Saturdays like a full slate of games too. So we're doing Friday night. Okay. So we got Toronto, tough weekend for the Raps, not going to lie, but Denver, I mentioned Watson, Watson is back. He did not play in this game, but did come back yesterday. Jokic, quick work, 22, 9, and 8 in 37 minutes. Jamal has been so good this year. So good. All NBA good, maybe. 31, 6, and 5 on 10 for 18 shooting. But Timmy Hardaway, 7 for 10 from 3, little 70% night from our guy. THJ, 23 and 4. Toronto, Pirtle Power, 23 and 11, couple steals in there. IQ hit you with 15 and 8. Scotty, 58 and 8. Scotty, weird, man. The Scotty vibes are weird. We're going to talk about all them games, baby. All of them. All the games. Lock and load. We're talking about all of them. But anyways, Denver gets the W. Raps get another L. Toronto's tough shape, man. I don't know what to make of the Raptors. Eastern Conference is so funky. Also, I got to tell you, Celtics went 1-1 this weekend. Might as well have been 0-2. Come on, man. 117, 112. Look at these guys. OMP, Hendricks, Wells, Jerome, Small, Burton, Giroux. Like Tyler Burton dropped 23 on him. And I thought for a second, because I didn't watch this game because I was watching the Peaky Folkin Blindness. I thought when I saw his 117, 112, I was like, surely the Celtics were up 25 in the fourth, took their foot off the gas, and the Grizzlies got there in garbage time. No, they needed it in a 9-point. They were down going into the fourth quarter. The Tatum shooting stuff has been a problem. I think like big picture Celtic stuff right now, you kind of have to you have to zoom out a little bit and not go game by game. And the Celtics have 11 or 12 games left. I think it's 11 to figure out what JT's got in the tank. And the offense has looked funky since his return. I think it's really impressive that he's playing 30-plus minutes. I think the rebounding is good. Honestly, I think the defense has been fine, but the offense is super clunky right now. Tatum, 3 for 15 from the field. He had 13 and 9. JB continues to be good. 36 and 6 in this one. Kata in 18 minutes at 12 and 11. Garza, 22 and 7 and fast PP, 19 and 6. I don't want to talk about the Grizzlies. I don't, because none of their guys are real. None of them are real. And none of them are real. There's just too many of them, and I don't know what's happening. And they're still losing games, but it's just a weird game. Anyway, Celtics win. They split the weekend. We'll talk about that other game in a bit. And then, I really don't want to talk about the Knicks and the Nets, but it was a close game. Sounds like this was a weird one in the sense that Karl Anthony Towns' dad was was not doing well, was in the hospital. I don't know the details around it, but he was downgraded to a Q tag. Karl Anthony Towns, not his dad, to Q tag, and it seemed like he was going to miss this game. Oh, it's against Brooklyn. It's personal. Probably don't need to go. He ends up suiting up, and honestly, it's a good thing because it seems like the Nets were going to steal this game from the Knicks. As you can see, I guess it was close at halftime, and then New York punched him in the third, but Brooklyn punched back in the fourth. Cat finished with 26 and 15. Cat had himself a good weekend. Brunson 17, 8 and 5. Knicks now creeping up on that 2 seed. We'll talk about that when we bounce around the standings. Then the last game, Detroit still stacking some W's even without the collapsed lung of Cade Cunningham. Dennis Jenkins, baby. We finally got the Jenkins game. Yeah, seriously. It's because they needed him. Regulator. The Zanger got hurt in this game. However, good news for the Dubs. He's supposed to return tonight. I hate this Warriors team, man. I'm not going to lie. Like, they're not fun. They're not fun. Nothing about them is fun right now. They're like a little Grizzlies light with how many guys are playing. But yeah, look at our guy Danish in this one. Had 22, 8 and 7. Asar 8, 5 and 4. Durin 23 and 6. And then B-Ball Paul, 15, 6 and 3 with 3 stocks. Detroit, this was kind of an important couple games for them, only because, when we were looking at the schedule, that there was a chance that, maybe the 1 seed was up for grabs because some of these Eastern Conference teams have tough schedules. But they should be fine. They should be the 1 seed. And now it's just like, what kind of shape is Cade going to be in when he returns, and when does he return? So that was Friday. Saturday, a little bit more fun. I mentioned this is the one earlier game here, the Thunder, 132-111. Weird, like AJ Mitchell, Justin Champagnie, fight that went into this. Like, they got knocked with the cameraman too. Both got ejected and suspended a game. And then I saw Royce Young being like, "Well, Jokic, what Jokic did, so he should be." It was just weird. Just that Royce O'Neal. Did they say Royce O'Neal? Royce Young. He works for the Thunder and yet tweets like he's one of those fan muse accounts. But anyways, as it continues the MVP quest, 17 for 27. He dropped 40 and 7 in this game. And then you get 18 from Edwin McCain. He had 18 and 3 off the bench. The McCain thing is hilarious, man. They just keep going. And now he gets Philly tonight, which should be fun. But good win for OKC. I mentioned J-Dub is back. I imagine Jalen Williams is only playing 20 to 22 minutes in his return. There's no reason to ramp him up this fast, right? They've used kid gloves this whole way. But, man, the Thunder just keep winning 56 and 15. The Wiz, whatever. Bilal Coulibaly, 21, 4 and 4. Bub had 19. Sar, 14, 8 and 5. Whatever. Who cares? These teams suck. Not these teams, the Wizards. I just don't want to talk about these tanking teams anymore. Get me to the playoffs. Buzz City, bitches. The Hornets are cooking. 124-101. If it wasn't for the fact that every single team left in the Eastern Conference was winning games, then the Hornets would be like a 5 seed at this point. But the other teams aren't losing either. Charlotte here, 124-101. They made quick work. Memphis, whatever. We're not talking about Memphis. Look at LaMelo, 29 minutes, 29 points. We love to see it. Had 4 stocks as well. Brandon Miller had 22 and 5. Moose got loose for 11 and 14 and 3 stocks. And then that piece of shit, Miles Bridges, had 13 and 4. Charlotte, I don't know where they're going to end up, man. It's too, again, like I was saying, everybody just keeps winning games, so it's really hard to figure out. But, man, if this Cade thing is real, and he's not going to be able to play big games, big games. If he's not going to be 100% for the first round and they get hit with a team like Charlotte, that's not that fun. That is not that fun for Detroit. Detroit's physical enough that I think they could mess around with it. But, man, Lakers, dude, the Lake Show, Luke Kennard, game-winning triple. Lakers won't stop losing. what are they, like 14-3 in their last 17 or something crazy like that? Luke has been insane. He's been absolutely unreal. Followed up the 60-point game with a 33-8-5 game. Also had 4 steals and a block. The steals have been nuts in the last cut. Actually, I want to look this up real quick since Luka is playing tonight. Let me see something. So Luka, look at this. Last 5 games. 1 steal, 1 steal against Denver, 2 against Houston, 1 against Houston, 5 against Miami, 4 against Orlando. Come on, Luka. He's been awesome. In general, man, this Lakers team is pretty fun. Like, I think we got to start taking them seriously. It's hard to take anybody like super seriously against OKC, but as like a potential Western Conference finalist team, right? I think this stretch of games is almost locked in the 3 seed for him. Reeves has looked great. He continues to be questionable for like every single game, not tonight, but then goes out and, shot 50% for the field, 26, 7, and 5. He also had a couple steals. LeBron just being like the elite role player now, 12, 6, and 4 with 3 steals. And again, I mentioned Luke Kennard, game winner. Mr. Banchero, disappointed. He had 16. Nobody did anything impressive here. Wendell Carter Jr., 13 and 9. Suggs had a steal with 14 and 6. But Orlando got really hot for a little bit and now is slowing down again. So I don't know. We got to talk about Lakers Pistons. We do. And that's tonight. We will. Don't you worry. But yeah, good win for the Lakers, man. 46-25. I just again, for 3 months straight, we're like, oh, the Lakers are fraudulent. This schedule's bullshit. And now all of a sudden they seem to be rounding into form. They're playing defense. They don't have to rely on DeAndre Ayton, even though he's out there. This is a fun team, man. And again, shout out Luke Kennard, big game winner. This seemed like a schedule loss. It seemed like they were going to drop this game. Really impressive W here from the Lake Show. Cavs played the Pellies 111-106. Pelicans, as our boy Stubbs pointed out in the Discord, Pels are feisty now. They're a little frisky. I don't believe in it. Like, I hope Joe Dumars isn't like, see, I was right all along. Let's bring everybody back. Trey Murphy really let me down this weekend, though. I needed big Trey games to get my best ball teams through. And I got kicked in a Turkish. Spider came back. He hashtag let him know, tweeted that out. Finished with 27 and 7 on 9 for 23 shooting. Yikes. Sammy Merrill. I'm sorry, a Sam Merrill double-double. He had 15 and 10. Hashtag hard on 2010 and 6. Mobes 18 and 8. I haven't seen any reporting on this. When is Jared Allen coming back? I think they need Allen. And maybe they're just like, we know we need Allen, Mike. That's why we're waiting until the playoffs. We're getting him healthy, but would be good to see Allen back. Strus getting loose a little bit. He had 8 boards, but is at least playing some good minutes. This rotation's like shoring up nicely, right? If you insert Jared Allen into this lineup for Wade to start and then kind of, I don't know how much overlap Allen and Mobley are going to have outside of starting and maybe closing. I think it probably makes more sense to stunt them a little bit, but anyways, I don't know. This team's fun. This team's like starting to look good, man. Thank you, Boston Base, Boston Sharania in the chat. Okay, on Pelly's side of stuff, Zion finally got a big game from him. The efficiency on Zion is nuts. Actually, I looked this up. What's his shooting percentage from the field this year? Because I feel like every time we look at it, he's something like 10 for 14. All right, so this season, he's shooting almost 60%, 59.8% from the field. Wow. Okay, Big Z. Trey Murphy, I mentioned, you son of a only 10 points and 6 boards. Abebe, 19 and 5. DeJounte, 12 and 9. Anyways, good win for the Cavs. They need to just keep stacking them dubs. All right, what else do we have here? Hawks, I mentioned this. Again, Jalen Johnson questionable for tonight. He missed the second game. I'm not going to talk about the Golden State side of it, but a good win for Atlanta. Dyson Daniels was cooking in this one. 28, 7, and 6 with 4 steals. CJ gave him 23, 17 from Risache gave him 17. I just wanted to touch on that quickly. Good win for Atlanta. And then we have hashtag Heat Culture. Amen Thompson, a putback at the buzzer. Big weekend for Houston, getting 2 Ws. Looked like Miami was going to steal this game on the road. Amen Thompson gets the putback, throws it in, gets that W. They needed it. Miami did not have Norman Powell back this one, but it sounds like Norm is questionable tonight. Miami is getting back Wiggins and Jaime. But anyways, Hero 25, 6, and 4, Pele 19. Bam has been really good. 32 and 21. He's got a much tougher matchup tonight against Wembanyama, but Scam Adebayo no more. It is Bam Bam. Dropped 83, turned into freaking Wilt Chamberlain, 32 and 21. But the story of this one was Shep. Reed Shepherd, 23 points, 14 dimes, and 4 steals on 8 for 12. 23 points on 12 shots. My boy. Ime Udoka, thanks for waiting until now to test this shit out. Good game from Shep. Good game from Shep. Good win. I mentioned Amin Thompson, 24 and 18. Goon, 19 and 12. Really good win for Houston. Miami and Orlando, they got hot for a little bit and then turned to dust here down this stretch. The Spurs played the Pacers. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, like, Siakam came back, played 29 minutes. Nemby played 28 minutes. I mean, whatever. Wemby, 28 and 6 with 5 blocks and a steal. It seemed like Wemby was going to miss this game. He was a late day downgrade. I thought the Spurs were like, we got this game. Don't worry about it. Wemby ends up going. Castle and Vassell miss. With both of them missing, look at who entered the starting lineup. Dylan Harper, the rookie. He went 9 for 13 from the field. He had 24 and 4. Fox, 14 and 7. And then 24 from big body. Keldon Johnson, 10 for 12 from the field. Spurs are so good, man. If it wasn't for the fact that the Thunder just are never going to lose again, we'd be talking about the Spurs as the 1 seed. But the Spurs are basically keeping pace with the Thunder, which is wild to see. Clip Show went to OT against the Mavies, 138-131. Kawhi plays 36 minutes. He has 34 and 5. But the story was Garland, man. 41 points and 11 dimes. 8 for 12 from 3. Stealing a block with it, too. DJJ at 15, 6 and 5. Clippers get this win. They're now 1 game under 500. You can almost guarantee on every single night here, Cooper Flagg will be a good play. He had 18, 10, and 8 with 4 blocks. And then one of PJ Washington or Najee Marshall will go off. Najee had 28, 4 and 2. PJ 21 and 6 in this one. Gafford did start. So even though Gafford is back, they're going back to a big boy at the 5. That's something to keep in mind. Off the bench here, Clay, 27 minutes, Bags, 25. Bags had 17 and 7. Anyways, whatever. We can't be talking about these teams for too long. And then, 76ers and the Jazz. VJ Edgecombe played just 39 minutes, just a fuck ton of minutes. 22 and 13 in this one from him. Grimes had 25, 5 and 4. Big Bono with 27 minutes. I thought we were going to see more Drum Dog Millionaire. Drum Dog only played 21 minutes. Justin Edwards played 8. Barlow got hurt in this game, left early. He's doubtful for tonight. And like you saw, just minutes got skewed around. I don't know what to make of this. Campaign played 27, Drum 21, Watford 24. Whatever. They played tonight, but there's nothing to talk about with it. The Jazz here, so they get Ace Bailey's been on fire, man. Last couple of games, 50-plus fantasy point performances. He had 25, 7, 4 with 5 effing blocks in this one. The Jazz are still going to be without Collier tonight, but they do get Bryce Sensabaugh back. And then look at Bez Mabang. He played 45 minutes. 45 minutes, dude. That's some Collier shit. 45 minutes from Mabang Bang. Yeah, Bobby, it was rough, bro. It was rough. We're gonna go over the underdog stuff after we go through the rest of the weekend and tonight's stuff. Also, Kennedy Chandler, welcome to the league. You're gonna play 100 minutes. That's probably the case again for tonight. Philly, though, much needed wins as they try to stay out of the play-in. And then, dude, I don't know, man. Bucks. So Kevin Porter Jr. gets ruled out. No Giannis. Kyle Kuzma is questionable for tonight, by the way. He only played 24 minutes. Right, I thought this team was tanking. What are we doing? Rollins, 26, 10, and 7 with 3 steals. He ended up being the swap king for so many people on Saturday night. Pete Nance of the Nance Bros played 27 minutes. I hate this team. Booker had a rough night shooting. 4 for 17 from the field, 14 and 7. Jalen Green gave him 24. In 36 minutes, whatever. Bucks got the W. Now let's do Sunday. Okay, so Jokic really ruined me yesterday. That's kind of where the best ball bags died for the most part, plus Nehemias Queta. But over here, right, so Denny, 23 and 14 in this game. Klingon, 18 and 13. Scoot, I will say there was no Jeremy Grant and no Vit Krejci in this game. So Scoot ended up playing 27 minutes, and Matisse Thybul studying, he played 25. But the story is Jokic. Jokic, 22, 14, and 14, almost had a triple. I think he had like 10, 8, and 9 at halftime. Jamal Murray finished the game at 22. I swear to God, I thought he had 20 in the first quarter. Like, he could not miss in the first quarter. I think he hit all of his threes in the first. He finished with 22 and 7. They didn't have to play. I mean, Jokic still played 35 minutes somehow. But Denver, the real story, they got Peyton Watson back. He played 20 minutes off the bench, looked awesome, 14 and 6. I mean, that's really important. That's really important for Denver's upside here. You're going to need, because all of a sudden that rotation looks a little bit tighter. If you're able, whether Watson comes off the bench or starts, I mean, to Cam Johnson too, by the way, he's now strung together like 3 good weeks of knocking down the 3 ball. But if this is your starting 5 and you have Watson, Bruce Brown, Timmy Hardaway, Spencer Jones coming off the bench, that's pretty fun. The other thing I wanted to point out here is it seems like Denver, and this was surprising against a team like Portland, who basically had one of Klingon or Time Lord on the floor at all time. So Day'Ron Holmes, sort of big, and Zeke Naji, sort of big, played 2 minutes in garbage time. Jonas Valanciunas was a DNP coach's decision. So it seems like Denver has decided, instead of using a backup big, they're going small, which is kind of interesting, especially as you think about your dance teams for playoff best ball. Just like all of a sudden, Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson become that much more important. Zubats is out for the season. I mean, Zubats was kind of out for the season the whole time, but congrats to Indy for bringing him back for 5 games. Okay, then we had, I don't want to, let's give Minnesota some love here. Minnesota 102-92. The Celtics held them to 14 points in the first quarter and somehow lost this game. Randall, too. If you just looked and saw no Ant, Randall goes for 9 and 9. Nobody scored 20 of the starting 5. You'd be like, wow, Celtics for sure won this game. No, Bones Highland, by the way, 23 off the bench. Io 17, 8, and 6. Rudy had 4 blocks and a steal in the first quarter. Rudy had 9 and 14 in that game. Again, Tatum 6 for 16, 2 for 7. JB had 29, 7, and 4. But outside, White 15. It was a little bit of a sloppy game. They shot, 9 for 33 from 3. It was just a bad shooting game. We'll chalk it up to that. What was incredibly infuriating, and maybe I'll actually do, no, I won't, I'll do it now, actually. Let's go look at best ball just for a second. So what was really frustrating last night was I did have a shot on a couple of these teams. So as you can see, we finished 2nd and 3rd. This team right here. So shout out Winky Christ, by the way. Love Winks. Was happy for him. He does really good stuff over at ETR. Really sharp dude. So congrats to him. But going into this contest, going into yesterday's games, I had a 22-point lead, and he had Jokic, and I had Klingon. All right? He had Jokic, and I had Klingon. And as you can see, Jokic went nuts, right? So my scoring for last week, because again, it goes week by week, right? So Luka and Harden, those are my only 2 guards that were available. They were my scoring guys. Luka 262, Harden 154. After that, we had Ace Bailey, who dropped 133, and I believe PJ dropped 101. So those are my 2 wings. Now, my other, and those are going to be my 2 wings regardless. My flex, on the other hand, was going to be Klingon. Klingon was my big, and my flex was Draymond. So Nimi, basically anything over 20 fantasy points, Nimi was going to start collecting points for me. Namias had 19.8 fantasy points at halftime yesterday, and then got combined 2.5 fantasy points for the rest of the game. So to lose by 5 was brutal. Garza closed over Keita even before garbage time. So I thought I was going to sneak this team in. I thought Keita was going to get me there, but he just stopped. He stopped doing stuff yesterday in the second half. So that was pretty tough. This other team got killed by it ended up being in 3rd, but it was the Trey Murphy game, I think. Mitchell missing a game hurt. Yeah, Trey Murphy killed me, right? So we lost by, 22? And then IQ had a really bad game last night. So those 2 things combined killed me. But to soften the blow here, of that 2nd and 3rd, on Friday, on Saturday we won $800, but on Friday we took down first place. We took down first place on Friday night with a Jokic, Scotty, KD, Io, Pirtle, McDaniels team. So We're not going to win 100K in best ball, but we did get the 6K. Shout out. I know Ballwell got a team in. I know Brian Ballwell got a team in. I know Matty Harrison got a team in. Boston almost got a team in. I know I'm missing some other Magikarp got a team in. So I know there's some fun sweats for the bros out there. Anyways, back to Minnesota. Naz Reid came back. Good win for Minnesota. Good win for Minnesota. I think this is a pretty bad loss for Boston, especially at home. And because their schedule's about to get really tough, as we'll look at in a little bit. Okay, the Knicks beat the piss out of the Wizards, 145-113. Again, another solid game from Cat. He had 26 and 16. Brunson, 23 and 4. They did it in limited minutes. That was a good sign for them. And then Sacramento, look, incredible tank job by both of these teams. Brooklyn was tanking so bad that Josh Minot got a DNP. They played Zaire. Danny Wolf played 12 minutes. I think he left the game and got dinged up. EJ Liddell played 29. Malachi Smith, 29. Saraf played 29. Killian Hayes got hurt, I think. DeRozan played 32 minutes, but didn't do too much. Maxime Renou had 22 and 10. Nick Clifford got hurt, but he was bad anyways. Monk played 30 minutes. Didn't see that coming. Okay, so that does it for the weekend. That does it for the weekend. Let's look at the standings here on the worldwide leader because the East, man, is fun as hell. So I think the Pistons are safe here with the 4.5 game lead. Celtics have a half game lead over the Knicks. Now, the Celtics, I believe, play OKC on Wednesday. They have 2 games left against Charlotte, 2 games left against Atlanta. I think they have Orlando in there. I think they have the Knicks in there. They might have Orlando twice, actually, now that I say that. But their only easy game left. They don't have any tank games left. They just have Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee's considered the only easy game they have left. So the Knicks here are looking at that 3 seed. It looks like it's there. They're staring at it. I mean, the 2 seed. I don't think the Cavs are going to be able to make up enough ground. I think it's probably going to go Pistons, Knicks, Celtics, Cavs. But this is what's nuts. There are 2.5 games separating the 5th seed and the 10th seed. All right. You have Toronto right now with a half game lead over the Hawks. Both teams play tonight. You have the Sixers who have the same exact record as the Hawks at 39-32. Embiid is out tonight, but it sounds like he's close to returning. The Magic are just a half game back behind the Sixers. The Heat are a half game back behind the Magic. And the Hornets are 1 game back behind the Heat. This is crazy. This is crazy. Can you rank your favorite teams from both the conference? My favorite team, I mean, the East is a mess. Like, I think if the Celtics have the highest upside of all of those teams, if we don't really know the health of Cade, right? So I think I would say the Celtics are my favorite to come out. And then I kind of rank the Pistons 4th. Maybe that's recency bias, but I kind of think the Knicks and the Cavs have cleaner paths. Like, I'm nervous, man, because you look at anybody 5 through 10. Like, if Detroit does not have 100% Cade Cunningham back and they get matched up against Charlotte, even Atlanta, the way they're playing right now, Philly, if they have Maxey and Embiid back with Paul George, like, would you feel comfortable? Would you feel comfortable with any of those matchups if you're Detroit and you don't know what you have with Cade? So I don't know. I really don't know. I think I would rank them like Celtics, Knicks, and Cavs and Detroit are all right there. So you could mix and match that however you want. Of those 5 to 10 teams, I think Philly and Charlotte are the 2 most dangerous squads there. Those are the ones that I'd be the most scared of. I'm not really scared of Orlando, Toronto, or Miami. In Atlanta, I don't know how much of the Atlanta's fool's gold, right? They've had a really easy schedule. And then they dropped that game to Houston. They have another easy matchup again tonight. So I don't really know. I'd be curious to hear what the chat thinks. And again, I think if Cade was 100% healthy, it would be a really close 1-2 Celtics Pistons for me. But I don't know. Curious what you guys think. Western Conference again, OKC, San Antonio, and then it feels the Lakers have the tiebreakers just about against every one of these teams. So it feels like this is going to be your top 3. I kind of think Denver finishes 4 now, and then I don't know what the fuck to do with Minnesota or Houston. I think I would go Denver, Minnesota, Houston. Phoenix, clearly the 7 seed. I kind of think the Clippers are clearly the 8th seed. Not clearly, but they have a half game lead, and then whatever. Golden State, they had a report over the weekend that Steph Curry is ramping up. Okay, cool. I mean, I guess what I would say is I wouldn't be pumped to play if you're a playing team, I could see all of a sudden Steph Curry gets hot for 1 or 2 games, and then they play OKC in the first round and get cooked. But it would be wild to see, like, if the Clippers do, like, as regulator said, the Blazers have an easy schedule remaining. If the Blazers slide in front of LA and then, like, you have Steph and Kawhi, that would make for fun basketball. Steph and Kawhi in the 9-10 seed, and then you need one of those teams to win 2 games to get in. But anyways, that's where we're at standings wise. Let's look at tonight's schedule quickly, and then maybe we'll do a draft or something. Actually, let's look at it this way. We have a ton of games tonight, which kind of sucks. Lakers and Pistons, so Lakers favored by 1.5. Still no Cade. I imagine the Lakers look pretty healthy. They still have Marcus Smart, Max Kleber, and Rui, I believe, are all questionable. So I don't know. That could be a little frustrating. To figure out. But with a big slate like tonight, it's just kind of Luka. LeBron is going ahead of Reeves right now. I think that's kind of a mistake. I'd have Reeves ahead of LeBron. You got Pacers against for Detroit, Dennis Jenkins. There's still no Marcus Sasser, so Jenkins is still a great play. And then Jalen Duren. I'm not messing around with Toby or Asar Thompson. Pacers have everybody questionable. It's fucking annoying, man. I hate it. I hate trying to figure it out. Siakam, Nembhard, Nesmith, Obi Toppin, all queued up. Furphy and Zubats are out. On the other side of the game, on the Magic side, I think they're pretty healthy outside of Franz, Black, and Isaac, all without timetables to return. I'm not playing anybody in Indiana. I'm done. I'm done trying to figure it out. Orlando, Paolo seems a bit expensive if we're being honest, but it's Paolo, Bane. Suggs, too. All the Orlando guys feel a little expensive. I'm not really sure why. I mentioned the Thunder and the Sixers, right? Thunder get J-Dub back. No AJ Mitchell because he's suspended. If you think this is a blowout, does Jared McCain play 28 minutes and take 28 shots? That's kind of fun. McCain revenge. What if he does like a TikTok dance and then flips off Daryl Morey after every made bucket? Like really have some fun with it. On the Philly side of stuff, I mentioned Barlow. He's doubtful. It's VJ and Grimes. Thoughts on the Lakers money line? Yeah, sure. I mean, they are on the road. They've been on the road for a while, but the way they're playing right now, I mean, Jalen Duren could give DeAndre Ayton fits, but I would not bet the Detroit side of it. I would tell you that. And if I had to pick a side, I think I would pick the Lakers. What I kind of like Reeves a lot tonight because Asar Thompson's probably going to be dealing with Luka, right? Luka's not suspended. So I didn't talk about that. Goga, you know what I actually think happened? So Goga, I think, played some time in Eastern Europe, right? Goga went against Luka, and it sounds like Luka was talking shit in Serbian. Goga knows Serbian. And so what Goga did is what I do. And I only know like 10 Bosnian phrases, right? And Alan, if you're watching this, you know, I just say some wild stuff, right? Because that's all I know. That's all my best friend taught me was like the most offensive things. And I wonder if Goga was like, oh shit, I know some stuff, and then just fired it out. So anyways, Luka lost it because apparently he said, I'm going to F your entire family. Luka lost it. He got a tech, which normally that would be the tech that suspends him a game. But because it got rescinded, the league rescinded it. So Luka's good to go tonight. Anyway, Spurs and the Heat. This line is open at 5.5, moved down to 4.5. Castle is questionable tonight. So is Vassell. They both missed that last game, right? We talked about that. Dylan Harper moved into the starting lineup and looked great. Castle is free tonight on Underdog, so I'll be drafting some of him. And then if he's out, there's plenty of pivot spots with so many games, but I like this matchup against Miami. I mentioned Jaime Jaquez, who's missed the last game or two. He's probable tonight. Wiggins, who's missed a ton of time, is probable. Both of those guys coming back kind of takes some of the fun away from Khalil Ware. Myron Gardner should be out of the rotation, especially if Norman Powell is questionable tonight, so we don't know if he's going to be back. I'm not really interested in any of these Miami guys, not named Tyler Hero, if we're being honest, and Bam Adebayo. There's just too many guys. There's too many guys on the team, especially if Powell's in. And I know it's a good total, but it's San Antonio defense. I just think maybe that's a little too thin with how many players we're drafting tonight. Sanjay says, why is it that our foreign friends only teach us the most inhumane things to say in their language? I know. It's because that's what we asked to say, probably, because we're dumbasses. On the Spurs side of stuff, yeah, like Wemby. Wemby's pretty good at basketball. How about that? Wemby and Castle. I don't think I'm going to draft much of Fox, if we're being honest, even if Castle's out. Grizzlies, Hawks. Atlanta's 14.5-point favies. I mentioned, right? Jalen Johnson is questionable. So on underdog, right? Jalen Johnson is going like pick 7, 8, 9, somewhere in that range. Second round, Jalen Johnson. That's sex. So what I'm doing today is drafting him in the second round, but if on teams that don't have Jalen Johnson, I'm going to fire up the rest of those guys because the rest of the guys are free. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels, and Yeka Kongu are all free. We've talked about this, how Memphis has like the worst rebounding rate in NBA history, I think, right now. Onyeka's in an awesome spot. I know he disappointed a lot of people over the weekend. I think he was the Zag plan of the day. I love Onyeka. I love Dyson. Even if JJ goes, but if JJ doesn't go, Dyson and Onyeka are like my two favorite plays. I'm not playing anybody on Memphis. They are the Brooklyn of the Midwest. Chicago and Houston. So the Bulls are getting some bros back, I think, tonight, which kind of muddies the waters. For underdog, we're only drafting Josh Giddey, Matas Bustelis, nobody else. But like Jalen Smith, he's missed the last game. He's questionable. You got Anthony Simons, who's missed a little bit with a broken bone. He's questionable. Jaden Ivey, who we haven't seen in a while. He's questionable. Isaac Okoro is doubtful. They're still without Asenge Collins, and also Yabusele is doubtful. So even though they don't have a lot of guys, I don't think I want to get to they might not have a lot of guys. I don't want to get to any of these dudes. I don't. Giddey is fine. And then Bustelis. That's it. I don't want to do anything else. I'm not interested. On the Houston side of stuff, though, I do think we go back to the Reed Shepherd. Like, I really like Goon Squad tonight. I really like Amin Thompson. I like both of those guys more than KD just because of the matchup. Like, Amin Thompson should be able to run wild in transition. Goon should do whatever he wants. And then Reed Shepherd, man, he's going in the 6th round, played 36 minutes. If this game stays, like, within shouting distance and doesn't go to blowout time and he plays 30+, Reed is awesome. Reed's awesome. If you want to dabble with Bari, do it. I'm not dabbling with Tari, though. I'll tell you that right now. Jabari only of the Aries. Raptors and the Jays. So the Raptors got their dicks kicked in last night. I feel like I didn't even talk about that game. Probably because I was too mad at quickly. They got smoked. They play Utah tonight, so maybe that's a little bit of a nice little boost, a little, help. I kind of think everybody goes. So Colin Murray Boyles was questionable last night, did not play. He's missed a ton of time. He's questionable tonight, obviously. Even if he goes, I don't think he's like playing more than 20-ish minutes would be my guess. So Reddy Pirtle only played 16 minutes last night. RJ 23, Ingram 27, Barnes 25, IQ 25. So like all of those guys should be fresh and ready to go. I doubt we see anybody sit. And then I mentioned on the Utah side, Ace Bailey has been going fire, right? He had 25, 7, and 4 with 5 blocks over the weekend. Game before that, he had 33, 9, and 4 with 4 stocks against Milwaukee. So Ace has been good. However, Bryce is back, and Bryce has missed the last 2 games when Ace has gone nuts. So I expect Bryce's usage to be up there again. But there we go. Thoughts on, I'm not playing Elijah Harkless. I mean, I guess maybe in So Rare if you want to. I haven't looked at the So Rare projections, but I mean, Harkless is going to play a lot of minutes, but Bryce coming back, I think, takes some of that usage away. Thoughts on LeBron and Bam? I mean, Bam 15 for sure. I feel better about Bam than I do LeBron. But yeah, sure. I like that. Let it rip. All right. Warriors and Mavs. Golden State's favored by 2.5. They're getting like Porzingis back, Melton back. Moody's questionable. He's missed a ton of time. He's questionable. I hate this game. I hate it. Cooper Flag and like nobody else, honestly. Trailblazers 15.5-point faves. Okay, listen. Time Lord played yesterday, which means he doesn't play tonight. Kling Kong, one time, baby. It's time. I know it's going to hurt me because you only scored like 35 fantasy points yesterday, which means you're going to go for 70 tonight, and I needed it yesterday. Kling Kong's in a great spot. Don't play anybody from Brooklyn. And then the Bucks, I mentioned Kevin Porter Jr. already ruled out. The Kuz is questionable tonight. Ron's probably your only click. And then in the Clippers, Kawhi's questionable. I think he goes. And SGA for 30 tonight? Yeah. SGA for 30 each and every night. Let's jump in an underdog draft. I forgot to mention this. This started last week, by the way. And I'm not going to do ranks because we don't have time, but I will talk through it. We've partnered up with our friends over at The Solver. I'll share a link in the show notes afterwards. I meant to put that in there earlier. But yeah, we're partnered up with The Solver. I believe it gets you 10% off your purchase if you are dabbling with their tools. I think we're pretty late in the NBA season to do it, but if you want for the NFL season. I will say, this tool is incredible. I know I've shown it on chat before. Really helps, but I would say only if you're doing heavy volume on Underdog. If you're doing heavy volume and for like best ball or the daily, whether it's NFL or NBA, and you're trying to keep track of combos, and I'll show you how we use it here in a second. Then I think it's well worth the investment. If you're just kind of dabbling, I wouldn't. It's because it is expensive. It's like 100. I believe it's like 140 a month. So it is expensive, but again, I'm playing like $750 worth of entries every day. So, okay, we're gonna enter one. Actually, let's show. I think we've done 23 contests so far this morning. I just autoed the buzzer beater because I don't really care about that contest as much, but I wanted to do it today. All right, so we're gonna sync that. So that's gonna sync all of our combos here. We're gonna jump in NBA draft right now. Oh, let's adjust the settings here. Let's adjust the settings. Let's add this. And then let's do this. I know it's not a dog bowl, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, cool. We're not going to allow notifications, not right now. All right, so I'm pulling up the solver right here. It's this little add-on. So see, it keeps track of all of my percentages. So you can see so far I've been drafting a lot out of the 4 or 5 because I have 8% Luka, 13% Wemby. But as we click, guys, you'll see the combo percentage that'll pop up. So it really does help you keep track as you go. Luka for 30 tonight. I'm a little nervous about the Asar matchup, but I mean, Luka's been insane. So Luka's been insane. I haven't looked at any of the numbers. Like, I don't know what the price points look like. But Luka is on one of those like generational runs right now. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he absolutely cooks. Wouldn't be shocked. Would not be shocked. Oh, and we have a Splash Sports contest too today. If they still let me do it, I'm sure they're mad at me now. Oh yeah, we already have 19 entrants. Still in a Survivor contest though. Still in the $10 Survivor contest, which for the March Madness that started with 1,000 entrants. What are we down to here? And it's down to 417. Wow. That's fun. Not gonna lie, guys. Still pretty devastated we didn't get that best ball team through. Pretty devastated. Wanted one more sweat. Can't be hating though. We've had a really good NBA season. All right, we'll take Paolo this time because I have 4% Paolo and I have 47% Kawhi and 39%. So ready? We click Paolo. Now it shows me I have 100% combo of Paolo with Denny. So we'll take we were going to take Giddey there, but we'll take Denny here. And then we'll just see. You can see now the next combo. We've gotten a lot of Austin Reeves and Garland with these shares. So we'll mix it up in our 3-4 spot. Rollins, Ace, Dyson, Jenkins. How do you rank those 4? I think it depends, man. If JJ is out, it's Dyson by a million. I think I would rank them Dyson, Jenkins, and Rollins. I just don't trust the Rollins stuff. I think there are paths with Milwaukee, right, where if that game gets out of hand, and they're like, oh, we want to lose this game, Rollins only plays like 24 minutes. Like we've seen them do it a couple of times. They did it against the Jazz a couple nights ago. So I think I would rank them Dyson, Jenkins, Rollins, but I wouldn't hate if you go a different direction. Would love Şengün here. If Şengün fell this far down, that would be pretty fun to 16. I'm assuming he doesn't, but we'll take Klingon. We'll happily take Klingon here. But yeah, I can't complain about this NBA season. Wow, VJ ahead of Şengün. What are we doing, boys and girls? Yeah, I can't complain about this NBA season, man. Did the dog bowl. I think we're up like 60, 70K on the NBA this season, just on Underdog, which is pretty sick, which I mean, probably just jinxed it. Yeah, I have Dyson ranked way too. Oh no, I was scrolling. I have a lot of Austin Reeves right now. I really like Austin tonight. All right, so I don't have this combo, so I can kind of do whatever I want with this next pick. As we see Chet and then Hero go. I'm just always light on Chet, man. Just always light on Chet. This is like kind of a fun matchup for it, but wait, what? Oh. Oh, we just had a contest canceled already from Underdog. Man, early in the morning cancellations. You hate to see it. Why Austin? Because I think Asar Thompson is going to get the Luka assignment, which means who's going to cover? Is Dennis Jenkins going to get the Austin Reeves assignment? Jenkins is like a fine defender, but it's not Asar. And so if Asar is hounding Luka this whole game, let's actually take Jenkins right here. I don't really. This Suggs projection is insane, man. 43 fantasy points. What am I missing here? Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's take Reed right here. Let's take Reed early. This might be a 2 6th round slate, by the way. Don't do this a lot. But anyways, yeah, if Asar Thompson is covering Luka, I just think Reeves is going to get easier looks, you know? Maybe the move tonight is actually Luka assists. All right, so we can go Jenkins, and I'm just going to be a believer in the Zag plant. We're going to go in Yeka Okongwu. We're going to go Okongwu. So this team, here we go. Paolo, Denny, Goon, Reeves, Reed, and Onyeka. Love it. Love it. Let's see. It's the same projection on somewhere for Suggs. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Have they not? Like, I mean, the upside is for sure there, right? Because he's a stock king sometimes, but I don't think we need it tonight. Like, if he was going in the 6th round, I'd be way more excited. 6th round Suggs, sign me up. But that's pretty rich, man. And I think projections will come out, like with the ETR projections will come out, and those will adjust aggressively. A couple of things. Bagel with Locks. You can find it linked in the show notes. That fires up at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. It's already fired up. It's live. There's a link in the show notes. If you do want to mess around with the solver, by the way, and you have questions, just shoot me a message. We have a code NBA BIT to get you 10% off for your first month. And then for Lock back at o'clock tonight to do some So Rare and some Underdog. Waiting to hear back if we're going to fire up a baseball show on Tuesday. So hopefully, which was tomorrow. So hopefully we know soon. And then we'll be back tomorrow with some old man hoops updates. If you made it to the best ball final, congrats, best of luck, rooting for you all. Happy for you. Congrats. Insert that meme right there. Otherwise, we'll see you guys a little bit later. Thanks for hanging.